This is the video where we will be revising the content of your final exam. The first thing that you need to do is to start a new file with changing the units to millimeters. So what we are going to do is going to start, then click on start drawing. Then you will get a new file. In this file you will type units or UN, enter. Here you will get your drawing units window and you can change the intersection scale to millimeters. Then press OK. Now the units are changed. Then you need to save your file according to the format given to you. So click on the AutoCAD icon, save as, and then select your desktop or wherever you want to save your file. Change the file name to CNG 160 final ID and then name, and don't forget about your section number. So please follow the format you have in your paper. Save accordingly. Press on save. Now your file will be saved. Then you can start with the drawing. The first thing to do is to start with the layers. You can click here on layer properties to open the layer properties manager. Here you can add all the layers that are required by you. The first thing to do is click here on new layer or press Alt plus N to add a new layer. Change the name. For example, this is the walls layer. Then you have the options here that you need to change. First thing is the color. When you click on white, you can change it to any other color. Now, if they mention the color, you can either choose it or you can type the color here. Make sure that you are in the index color. Here you can type red, you can type green, magenta, or whatever color is, or even if you have the code. So let's say the code is 30, you can type 30 and then press on OK, and it will change to orange. So let's say this is the color, press on OK. Now the color is changed. After this you have the line type. The line type is whether you want the line to be a regular continuous line or you want it to be dashed or dash dot. So let's say that this is an opening layer. So this is the layer for the openings. Let's say that the color is, for example, magenta. You will need to click on continuous to change it to dashed. When you click on it, sometimes you will not find the type that you want here, which means you need to load it. So click on load. Now you will get all the types that you can load here. If you select one of the first ones here, the ACAD, you will have a problem later on with the scale. So as we did not show you how to fix this thing, you need to select one of the regulars one here, which are, for example, dashed, dash dot. So this is dashed. OK. Now it's not changed here, it's just added to the list. So you need to select it again here and then click on OK. Now you can see that the line type is dashed. After this you have the line weight, which is shown here. When you click on default, you can change the line weight to the line weight you want. So let's say that we want 0.4. So I need to go down and select 0.04 or 0.40 and then click on OK. Now you have the line weight changed. And just like this, you can add a new layer, change all the data regarding to this layer, or you can even delete the layer by clicking on Alt plus D, or just press this button here and it will delete a layer. You will always have the 0 layer, you cannot delete this one, and sometimes you will have the default point layer as well, which will appear as diff point. This one cannot be deleted as well, so you can just keep it and continue with the layers you want. In the final exam, they will give you all the layers that you need, but in case you had something else and you didn't have a layer for it, you can add your own layer. You don't have to stick with the layers. You can create all of them, and later on, if you had anything extra that you need to add, you can add it. I have another file that I've already created with all the layers already in. So if I click here on layer properties, you can find all the layers with the colors, line type, and line weight. After creating your layers, you will start creating your blocks. So for the blocks here, let's say they gave you the door and window and told you to create a block. Creating a block doesn't mean only draw the door or draw the window. No, after this you need to create it as a block. You need to have it as a block, not just lines, random lines, and you just select them all the time and copy them. So first of all, we will start with creating this door. So we have the dimension. We will start with a rectangle. You can start of course with a line, but it's up to you. Here I will show you the easiest ways to draw the door and window and even the plan, so it can be easier for you to finish on time. So I will start with a rectangle, then click anywhere. When you click, this is your first point. You can either select the second point, but since we have the dimensions already, I will select dimension. Remember, you will not find dimension if you did not click the first point first. So again, REC for rectangle, enter, click to specify your first corner, then select dimension. Now enter the width first, which is 30, enter, then the length, which is 900, and then press enter. Now you have your shape, but you just need to decide the side that you want it to be on. So I want it to be, for example, here, so click. Now you have your rectangle. Then you have this arch. For this arch, or for any arch, you need to decide which type you want here. So here we have the start point, we have the center point. So we can select start, center, and end. When we select start, center, end, we need to first click on the start point, then the center point, which is here, then go 90 degrees to this side. If it appears like this, you can click on control, it will be on the other side like this. When you reach 0 degree, you can click here, 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 anywhere, but just make sure that it's 0 degree. When you click, you will have your arch ready. Make sure that you start from this point, and then this is your center point. The center point here is the center of the circle, not the center of the rectangle. Don't make the mistake of selecting this point. You need to make sure that this is the first point, and then this is the center of your circle, and then the arch will go all around and stop at 0 degrees. Before we continue, there is a small step that I forgot to mention at the beginning. After you change the units to millimeters, you need to change or open these tools here to help you draw. So the first thing to do is, I prefer to close the grid mode so you don't have it in your way. Then you can either select ortho mode, which will have all the lines in straight angles, which is 0, 90 degrees, or 180 to 170, or which I prefer to do is open polar tracking. Polar tracking will let you draw in any angle you want, but will show you the lines, green lines for the angles that you choose. So if you click on this arrow here, you can select whatever angle you need. How to select the angle? Based on what? You need to check your plan first. So if I go to the plan here, all the angles that I have are 0 degrees, 90 degrees, but we don't have any other angles like 45 or 30. So in this case, it doesn't matter what you choose because all of the options will show you 90 degrees. But if you have a 30 degree or 60 degree or 45 degree, you need to select the option that you want. Then you need to activate object snap tracking so you can see the green lines coming out of the snap points. And to see the snap points, you need to activate object snap. Object snap is the end point, midpoint, and all the other points that you will be needing when you are drawing. So you can click on this arrow here and activate all of them. Sometimes it's better to close nearest so you don't get all the near point on a line, and sometimes it's better to open it. So it's up to you which one you select. Now, back to the door. We finished the door, but we need to transfer it to the correct layer. So select the door, then come here and select door and window. Make sure that you click on the name. If you click on the color, it will not go to the doors and windows layer. It will just change the color of the doors and window. So click on the name here. Now it's all in the doors and windows. Then to create the block, you need to come here to create or type block. So either click on create or type block. Now when you click on create here, you will get this window, which is block definition. The first thing to do is type the name of your block, which is in this case door. Then don't forget to specify your base point. So I'll just click here on pick point and select, for example, this corner. Why I'm selecting this corner? First I will click on OK. Now, why I selected this corner? Because later on when I come to insert and I select door, it will give me the door from this corner. So it will be easier for me to place it here. I don't have to put it and then select it and then move and then select this point, because we already did this from the beginning. Okay, so the point that you need to make is the point that you will be needing later on. Okay, now we have the first block. For the second block, which is the window, we have all the dimensions. We just need to type rectangle. Of course you can do it with line, it's up to you. For me, I prefer selecting or drawing a rectangle and then exploding it, and I will start only with half of the window and then I will just mirror it to the other side. So REC for rectangle, enter, click, and then D for dimension, enter. I'll start with 800 first, enter, 200, which is the width of the wall, enter. Now click anywhere here. I have the first part, I can select it, type explode, enter, then offset 50, which is mentioned here, and then once inside from this side and another time from the other side. Then line from the midpoint to the midpoint here, offset 20 because the total is 40, so offset 20 once up and once down. After this, you can select the whole object, mirror MI, and enter. Now we need to specify the mirror line, which is from here down 90 degrees and enter, or 270 degrees. Now it's asking, do you want to erase the source object or no? No, we don't need to erase the source object. Now you have the window, it's ready. We just need to select it and put it in the doors and windows layers. Now select it and create. Type the name that you want, which is, for example, window. For the base point, you can either select the midpoint, you can select the corner, it's up to you. I will select the corner because this is what we will be needing later on. Then you can click on OK. If you had a block before and the block was wrong and you want to delete it, you can just create another block with the same name. If you have two blocks with the same name, it will ask you, do you want to redefine the block, which means delete the old one and keep the new one, or don't refine and put another name. I will select redefine, which will change the first block to the second block. Okay, after this we already have the blocks now. I can just delete those because we will have them later on in insert. We have door, we have window, and any other blocks that you have. After finishing the blocks, we need to start drawing the plan. So we have this plan with all the dimensions mentioned, and we need to start. When you have an arch in your plan, you can always start from the end or the start point for this arch. So I'll start from this side, which I will select line first, so L, enter, or you can start directly with a polyline. Polyline will give you a continuous line, so polyline, enter, click, I will go up, make sure that the green line is showing, then type 4000. Press enter, now we have the first line, go in the 0 direction, type 5600, press enter, then go up, make sure that the green line is showing, then type 5000, back 5400, down 8000, then in 180 degree 5000. Then we need to create, we go down by 1000, and then we need the arch. If you are drawing with a polyline, you can just come here down to arch. When you select arch, it will turn to this shape, and you can just select the endpoint, and that will be it. You don't need to do anything else. But if it shows like this, you can just click on control and move your mouse a little bit, so it will be in the other direction, and then you can click on it. When I click here, you can select close. Now it's just a closed polyline. But if you did work with a line and you reached this point, you can always select an arch with a start, center, and end. So you can draw a line from this point to this point, and then go to arch, start, center, end. Let's say this is your start point, or this is your start point, it's up to you. Then this is the center point, and this is the end point. This will give you a arch. So this is what you will be needing. Now I will just delete the extra arch here, delete the extra line. We have the plan, it's already one polyline. If you had it all as lines, let's say like this, each line is separate, you can select all of them, type join, and press enter. Now they are all one complete line or one continuous line. Why we are doing join? Because it will be easier for the offset. So now I will just type O, enter for offset, then 200 for the distance, and enter. Select the line and click inside. Make sure that you are clicking inside. You don't have to go there to the corner and try to click, because sometimes it will be out, sometimes it will be inside. If you want it to be outside, you can move your mouse outside and then click to make sure. Because we want it inside, I will move the mouse inside here and click anywhere inside. You don't have to go to the corners. Now I'm sure that it will be inside. So click. Now we have the offset. You can press on escape to close the command and start with another thing. So we have the door here. The door is from the middle, so we will start with a line from the middle, from the midpoint, click, going up. Then offset 900, because we already had the dimension for the door as 900 at the beginning in the blocks. Click once on this side and then another time on the other side. Now you have the start and end point for your door. You can select trim, TR, enter, enter again to select everything, then delete this part and this part. Now you can go to insert, select your door. Now it will come exactly from the corner and you can just click on this corner here. Select the door again, mirror because we want it on the other side as well. So mirror, select the center point, go up 90 degrees and then select no to keep the source object. Make sure to delete this line as well because we don't need it. Now we have the door. Of course, don't forget to keep everything in the correct layer. So we need these lines to be in the walls layers. Now we finished the walls, we finished the doors. Now we can start with the windows. You can see that the windows are in the corners here. So I will go to insert, select the window and then place it here. I will go to this point, then go up until I have an intersection point. Click. Now my window is in the corner. Select, mirror, and because I want it on this side, we need to make mirror line at 45 degrees. So I will click here, then select the other corner here, click or press enter for no. Now you have the window on the other side with a 45-degree mirror line. Then you can select both of them, mirror, select the center point here, go down, press no or enter for no. Now we have the other two windows. We have another window here and here, so I will go to insert, window, and then go up here, then select it again, and you can either select mirror or copy. I will just make a copy from here to here. After this, we have the last window, which is on this side. So select the other window, copy from this point to this point. So I'm clicking on the first point, the base point, and then clicking on the second point. Now everything is ready. We just need to add the steps and the hatch. So for the steps, as you can see, the dimension is 3000. So from the middle, we need to go in this direction 1500 and in this direction 1500. So, and by the way, the thickness is 300 for each step, or the width is 300. So you can start a line from here and here, the intersection of these 2 points, going down 300, then in this direction 1500, and then the same direction 1500. You can keep this one or delete it, it's up to you. I will just keep it for now. Draw a line from here going up, from here going up, select this line and this line, copy, so CO, enter, select both of them, click here and then click down. So now you have a copy with a 300 degree, or you can just select or activate the offset command and make an offset. It's up to you. Make sure that they are in the steps layers. So you will just check for a steps layers. If you don't have it, you can have it in the you can add a flooring layer or a steps layer. For now, I'll just keep it in the slabs layer. Then we have this line here, which is dashed, and it starts from the step and going down and then going back in this direction. So of course we need this dimension to be mentioned, which is from here to here. The total of the dimension is 2900, and from here it's 2000. So I will just select a line from here going down 2000, then in this direction we need the dimension as well. So let's say it ends here at 4000 and 2000 from the other line, so it will be total 6000. All the dimensions will be given to you. If not, you can assume any dimension as you, but make sure that they are exactly the same. So let's say from here to here is 2000, which means from here to here it's probably 2000 as well. So then I will just go up to this point, come back here, and then close this line. Now these need to be in the slab layer. Instead of selecting all the lines and then going to the slab layer, you can select MA, which is match properties. So MA, enter, select this one, and then just select all the lines. So the first line is the sample of how you want the lines to be, and then you can select any line you want and it will be in the same color or in the same layer, the same thickness, the same properties. Then you can just select those lines and go here to the line type and the properties panel and change it to dashed. Sometimes if you do this, it will not be dashed, so you need to select LT or type LTS, which is line type scale, and then enter the number that you want. You can try from 5, 6, 10 up to 500. It depends on your computer or the settings that you're working with. So if I type here 20, it will be bigger. If I type 10, it will be smaller. So you can try until you get the line type scale that you want. So I'll just keep it at 15 now and enter. Then we have the columns. I will just guess that the dimension here or the distance from here to here is 100, and I'll guess that the column is 200, but it's supposed to be given to you. So I'll just draw a rectangle, or you can just make an offset 100 from here, or you can draw the rectangle and then move it. It's up to you. So REC from here, D, enter, 200, enter, and then 200 again, and click. Now you can delete this line, make sure that this is in the walls layers. Now we have the distance between the columns as 2600. So you can go to the easier way, which is just put a line with the dimension of 2600, select the column, copy from here to here. Now if you can notice the point, we are selecting the first point of the column and then going to the first point here. So if you don't want to draw the line, you can just select the column, copy, click on the first point, move in the direction that you want to move to. Then you need to enter not 2600, not just the dimension in between, but you need to enter 2600 plus the dimension of the column, which is 200. So I will go in this degree or 0 degree. I will enter 2800, which is 2600 plus 200, so it will be in the correct position. Now let's do the same thing for the upper part. The distance here is 2425. So we need to add 200 to this, so it will be 2625. So I can select this column, copy from this point up 2625 and enter. Now, to make several copies with the same distance, you need to select the second column, type CO enter for copy, select the first point here, select the first point here, and it will give you a copy with the same distance. So click here, then click here, and then click here. Now we need to add the hatch, so H and enter for hatch. Click wherever you want. Make sure that all your lines are closed so you can add the hatch properly. Sometimes it will get like this. Just press on Ctrl plus Z to go one step back. Make sure to zoom in or zoom out so you can see the area. Then click inside. Click inside here, 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 and here. Then here, and then enter. You can select automatically adjust the hatch scale, or you can select the settings that you want from here, which are, we need this type of hatch or this pattern, and then from the properties we need to change the scale. Let's say we will try 200. If it's small, we'll try 500. Sometimes it's just 5, sometimes it's 1000. So you need to try until you get the correct one. For now, I'll just keep it as 500. So that's it for the plan. Like this, we are done with the plan, and we can go to the next step.